Hey, this is Zach Howard over at Dayton Ford. Today I'm bringing you a kind of a special video. We're going to be going over the differences between the S550 Mustang, also known as the 2015 to the 2023 model body styles, to the new S650 2024 model. So let's check it out. So here we're going to have three different Mustangs. The first being a 2015, which is the new body style after the 2014 model Mustangs. Then we have a 2020 Mustang that has more of a facelift version of the 2015 model body style. And then I'm sure, as you all want to see more than anything, the new S650 Mustang that is completely redesigned. Let's dive into the differences. So starting out with the 2015 Mustang, which is the first generation of this new body style after the 2014 models. So the first generation of the S550 Mustang, from 2015 to 2017, they had the full flush headlights all the way down into the front grille. Now as we walk around the car, the headlights and the grille are a little bit different. Now this isn't just a regular Mustang, it has a Roush body kit on it, but the body shape and the front and rear designs are all pretty much the same. Now you'll also notice that the taillights on this one, they're more vertical with no slants in them. That also made that a change in 2018 when they done the facelift and a little bit of a different restyle to the headlights and taillights. But as you can see, the side view of this Mustang is pretty much the same as the 2020 Mustang. Now this one is a 5-liter V8, and we'll get into more of that later. But now let's take a look at the inside. Now diving to the inside of this Mustang GT, it is a premium. So you have the what would normally be the regular Mustang badge right here. This one has Roush and it lights up, coming with the premium package on the vehicle. Now, with also being a premium, you have the 8-inch infotainment center here. It lights up when you start the vehicle. That's all the same with all premiums. If you had a base model, you would have you'd have a smaller screen. You also have the fighter jet switches in this Mustang, with it being a premium, which is exclusive to the premiums. Now, with this being a GT premium, you get more options such as dual zone climate control. So you can have different temperatures on each side, from the driver's side and the passenger side. Also, you have heated and cooled seats. Now, something that's a big difference to the interior of the premiums is you actually have ambient lighting. So your gauges, your dash can be a different color, along with the door sill that I showed you that says the Roush, which would typically say Mustang on a regular Mustang GT premium. Also, you have foot lighting in the cabin here, and that you can change the lights on that also. Now, another difference is up here on your sun visor, where your mirror is. The premiums come with a universal garage door opener, where the bases don't come with anything that I just mentioned when it comes to the ambient lighting, the dual zone climate control, and the heated and cooled seats. Now, this 2015 Mustang GT does have the Gen 2 Coyote engine in it, which is also known as the 5-liter V8. It's paired with a 6-speed manual gearbox, which is the MT82 gearbox that Ford likes to have the code name for. Now we're going to take a look at the 2020 Mustang that has a few noticeable differences. Let's look at it. Now this Mustang is a 2020 model. It has the 2.3-liter Ecoboost engine in it, making about 315 horsepower. Now we're going to get into one of the first noticeable differences between the 2015 and the 2018 and up models. On the 2015 model, the slants inside the headlights, the LEDs, are a little bit different. As you can notice, the headlight isn't completely flush with the bumper all the way. Now, walking around, you'll notice that the side profile of the car is completely identical on the 15 to the 2020 model. Now, walking around to the rear, you'll see exactly what I was talking about with the completely vertical taillights on the 15. The 18s and up have more of a slant style at the top and bottom of the taillights on these cars. Now, this being a 2.3 liter, you of course only have the dual exhaust. You don't get the quad tips that the GT models come with from 2018 and up. But other than that, the vehicles are almost completely identical. Also, another difference that I forgot to point out was the fact that the 15 models to the 17 model have the singular vents. They usually don't have the main hood scoop that this one has, but they do all have the singular hood scoop. Now, if we take a look at the 2020 model Mustang, you'll notice that the vents are a little bit different. They have a more, they're a longer style vent. They're not as long in length, but more in width. So that is another noticeable difference that you can take out and identify what year models these vehicles are. Now let's take a look at the inside of this 2020. Now stepping inside of this 2020 Mustang, you'll notice this is not a premium. This is a base model, so you don't get the light up badging that the premiums come with. Stepping inside of the driver's seat, this car does have a carbon fiber overlay dash on the main dash up here, and on the infotainment center down here, you'll notice you don't have the full 8-inch display that they usually come with. Instead, you have what I believe is a 3.5-inch screen, which is not even half of what the premiums come with. Now, starting this car up, you don't have the dual zone heating, and you don't have the premium fighter jet switches that the premiums come with. But even though this car does have the same gauge clusters as the 2015 did, it's not the premium, so it doesn't have the ambient lighting. Now, this being a base model Mustang, there's several things you don't get that you normally get in the premium, such as ambient lighting, the fighter jet switches, dual zone, temperature control, heated and cooled seats, and the universal garage door opener. Now, I mentioned with the smaller screen that it's not compatible with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, but it does have Sync, which is powered by Microsoft, so you can still connect your phone and receive things such as like calls through the vehicle's infotainment center. Now, like I mentioned, this 2020 Mustang is the EcoBoost, so it has a 2.3 liter 4-cylinder engine that puts out about 315 horsepower. It is also paired to a 6-speed manual gearbox, which is also known as the MT82. They have not changed that from the 2015 models to the 2024 models, unless you get the Dark Horse or the 10-speed automatic. Now, one more quick overview of this car. This is a 2020 Mustang EcoBoost, a 2.3 liter 4-cylinder engine with a 6-speed manual gearbox. Has 32,000 miles on it, and it is for sale here at Dayton Ford for $27,000. Now let's get to the Mustang that I'm sure you're probably ready to see. So this is the 2024 Mustang GT with a 5-liter V8 engine. This car is spec'd out pretty nice. It's grabber blue with a knot pony appearance package. Let's dive into it. Now, even just taking a quick look at this new Mustang, you can already notice differences from the front, such as the headlights being completely redesigned with the 3 high beam headlights, and you actually have the 3 turn signal lights right here that go in sequential motion when the blinkers are on. Also, you'll notice that the grille is completely different. Now, all Mustangs from the 2020 models have that normal grille, and also the GTs have the same vents as the 2020 EcoBoost that I showed you earlier. Now, back over here, as I point out the hood, the 2024 Mustang comes standard with the almost a GT500 style hood, if you can put an image to that. Now, walking around this car is a base model Mustang GT from 2024, but it is highly optioned out. So if you get closer to the wheels, you can instantly notice those big Brembo brakes for great performance when it comes to hard braking, which are also great for like track days and stuff like that. Walking around to the rear, you can instantly tell a difference in that rear bumper right there, how you have that wedge shape bumper also. Now, when it comes to the taillights are also huge on this car. These taillights are built into the shape of that rear bumper. So you have the 3 sequential, which is what Mustang's known for from the first generation Mustang all the way to what we have now, the S650s. Even the 60s models had the 3 sequential taillights. Now, this car does have the quad tip exhaust, which on the new 650 models, you have to have an option for the active exhaust to get those quads. Where on the 2018 and up, they were factory, even on the base models, without active exhaust, you get the quads. But now you have to have an option for it. Walking up to the window sticker here in the window, you can actually see all the options on this car. It's highly spec'd out for a base model, and it could not be in any more beautiful color than that bright grabber blue with a Night Pony appearance package on it, with the black mirrors, the black grille, the black vents, the black hood, all the black accents flow so well with this beautiful blue color here under the sun. Now, stepping into the inside of this 2024 Mustang, not much is different on the door panel, but when you step in, this car is instantly a difference. So you have the 2 screens for your speedometer and your infotainment center. With this being a 2024 model, of course it is compatible with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Even your climate control, everything is built into the screen. So you go to your My Pony down here, you can see all the different modes that you have. You have anything from track apps to your auxiliary gauges. You can create your own custom codes. You have your ambient lighting still even in the base model Mustang. You have your cluster theme, which everyone likes to be able to choose. My personal favorite, you have over here, if you look in the middle, it'll actually show you a preview. You have normal, sport, track, calm, and even a little throwback, you get the Fox body. So you can see what it looks like over here on the main screen. The track looking so aggressive. Now, you can't notice a difference at idle with the exhaust mode difference. So it's kind of hard to tell. You can definitely easily have a difference tells in the acceleration of the car with a much meaner sound. Now, as you probably noticed when I looked down at the Pony button, this car is an automatic, so it has a 10-speed automatic gearbox. Now, these new Mustangs, with these 2 new screens they put in these cars, they have perfected the interior. Now, there's so many things that you have accessibility to in these screens that it's hard to even capture it all. But there is one more big difference that I want to show you before we exit the interior of this car. Now, the other difference is the steering wheel design. Here you'll see you have a completely redesign of the airbag along with the buttons on this car. So you actually have your mode buttons right here. So if you select the modes, you actually have your normal, sport, track, even a drag stripper mode, and your slippery mode also. Fuel level low, we'll cancel that real quick. But this car, you have so much that you can do to have your own customization in here. Now, time for a little bit of an under the hood comparison, which I know you're all wanting to see. Because when you hear of a Mustang, you probably think of that famous V8 engine that everyone loves to hear. Starting with a white car, the Gen 2 Coyote motor is a single throttle body, single intake engine. Now, this engine comes factory with 435 horsepower. Also, under the hood, you can notice the difference between this car and the blue car, what I'm about to show you, is this car doesn't have the hood struts that hold it itself. It still has the arm for the hood to hold. Now, looking at the blue car, just look at that. This is the Gen 4 Coyote engine, so it's still a 5-liter V8 engine, but they completely redesigned it, making it stronger to hold more power and bring in more air intake. So now you have the dual throttle body, dual cold air intake system. And even at a better convenience, you have the hood strut system that hold the hood without the arm. Now, this 2024 Mustang with a Gen 4 Coyote engine has been built and redesigned in a higher performance manner. It can withstand more power with its stock internals, but also it comes with more power straight from the factory with 480 horsepower. Now, this 2024 Mustang GT has 480 horsepower from factory, which means it has 415 foot-pounds of torque. making this Mustang go to 0 to 60 in just 4.3 seconds. Now, when you think of American muscle, what do you think about? The Mustang. The 5-liter V8 Mustang making 480 horsepower, 0 to 60 in 4.3 seconds. You could even have your own, in specific, this one right here. It is priced at $50,290. If you have any questions about this car, you can feel free to reach out to me at any time at 423-443-0293, and I'd love to give you any information that you're looking for. Or heck, even stop by and see me on the showroom floor, and I'd love to help. Let's talk soon.